Teachers make up a very important part of the college application process. I mean, from the pedagogic point of view, of course, they're the people who are going to give you the tools. You're going to learn your core reading, writing, critical thinking skills from teachers. But strategically speaking, something that's really, really important is that your relationship with a teacher, particularly 11th grade core class teachers, is very, very important because in most cases, they're the ones who are going to write a letter of recommendation. Letters of recommendation, especially in the past 3 or 4 years, have become extremely important and a very important part of the application process. Not just the teachers, but also the counselor, the academic counselor, or college counselor, depending what the situation is at your school. But those letters of recommendation go in parallel, hand in hand with the student's personal statement and supplemental essays. And so they're viewed, they're very important for the admissions officers when making a decision. So I think, besides the education part, it is really important for students to have a relationship with their teachers, have their teachers understand who they are academically, intellectually, but also at a social level, personally. The more the teacher understands the student, the better they can write those letters of recommendation. And those letters of recommendation make a difference. I think one very important thing for students to do when they're receiving a low grade is to show initiative. So the best step is to, talk to the teacher, have a conversation with the teacher, go to office hours, whatever opportunity you have to talk to a teacher. I think it's really, really important for a student to approach the teacher and say, I'm having trouble with the class, I'm not understanding, I'm having difficulty with X, Y, Z, whatever it is that you're having difficulty with. Be specific and show a clear commitment to wanting to improve. That ends up being a really good thing for teachers because they understand that it's not because the student is lacking commitment or the student is lacking motivation, but rather is that, there's something about the course, perhaps gaps in knowledge or whatever it may be that is, preventing from the student to succeed in the class, and the teacher will actively work hard to help the student improve, and it will create a better relationship between the teacher and the student, which in turn will help, again, with letters of recommendation and things like that, especially if you have a student who, for example, let's say you get a B minus first semester of your biology course, and then you actively seek help, show initiative, and work really, really hard to and improve that grade to an A second semester, then perhaps when you ask for a letter of reg, the teacher will be very specific about that transition, that story of growth. And those things are very valuable. So one thing that's really important for me is to understand the college application process as something that doesn't start first semester of senior year. I think that's one of the biggest issues with, having a lot of stress and being burnt out with the college application process. I think this process should start earlier. Usually, I start with my students working on the college application process in junior year. Normally, second semester junior year, during or before spring break, we work on summer program applications or anything like that. And right after that, we start working on the college application process. It may seem premature, but there are essays and prompts that are not going to change. We know almost for a fact that the Common App personal statement is not going to change its prompts. So we can start working on that, which happens to be, in the vast majority of cases, the most challenging essay to write. So almost like the foundation of the college application. So working pretty early on the personal statement is one way that students can relieve a lot of the stress that they would get later on if they start being very proactive with their college applications, getting the personal statements done, getting the UC applications, the University of California applications done or ready. And then maybe this may change, but maybe if you have ideas for ED or EA, start tackling those, at least doing the research for the schools, and maybe start tackling some of those questions. Those change sometimes. I had a couple of cases this year with UPenn Wharton students who were very proactive and they changed the prompt once again for the third consecutive year. So those things can happen, but you already have the research. You have already done a lot of the thinking, so you can just repurpose it and work on those essays. But yeah, to me, it's really, really key to start early in the college application process to have less stress, and that will allow you to balance your time a little better, understand like your levels of time commitment, and not being affected. Many students have gone through I don't know, maybe they're in DECA or debate or FIRST or whatever, big commitment marching band, any big commitment programs that they can't simply afford to continue that level of intensity in senior year while they're also working on their academics and the college application process. So time management, time commitment management is pretty important. And I think, the college application process should be a 2-semester, 1 summer journey instead of 1 semester journey.